A good sound in this room. I like it. Welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching a YouTube channel called Alpha Investments. The journey of one Florida man's life in the collectible world when everybody thought it'd be funny and it was kind of a meme and a joke 10, 15 years ago. Now you all are stuck with 2025, Rudy. The video vlog channel of Alpha Investments, of Creepy Rudy's last 10 years logged on the internet, the Interwebs. So what do we have going on? Taking a break here with the family. And where are we at, everybody? Well, news across the Interwebs right now is Final Fantasy collector boxes appear to be pretty stable at about $750, $760 with tax and shipping online. Commander decks seem to be pretty stable at about $380 to $390 with tax and shipping online. And the news on the internet is the play boxes. So I've already completed, if you're watching this video, I've already completed my sale on the Final Fantasy play boxes with patrons, and it was an eventful night to say the least. And I woke up today with a bunch of people asking to buy more because apparently we are now pushing $200 for a play box plus tax. So ladies and gentlemen, you all have the Game Piece Army has their wish. Play boxes are headed to MSRP. So it looks like the two $220 play box at MSRP, you guys got your wish out there. The obsession with MSRP came true. And the only problem is when it's not in the favor of the other party. I don't think that's what the MSRP Penis Gang Game Piece Army wanted. I don't think they wanted play boxes at MSRP. The only thing is, they've been begging for MSRP. Well, it doesn't always. Sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for in this world. So when I woke up today and I'm seeing $200 play boxes across the market, and distributors saying after we get all these launch waves over the next 2 weeks and all the product hits, and apparently everyone's pretty much pre-sold and sold out at this point, I'm hearing rumors it could be months before we get a huge restock or reprint of play boxes for Final Fantasy, which lines up because, well, we're supposed to have the Tarkir Dragonstorm play box reprint. We're supposed to have Foundation play box reprint. We're supposed to get more Bloomborough play box reprint, and now Final Fantasy play box reprint. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you into the Pokemon world, this is a great textbook example to remind you all. This is what happens when the bull market rages on. More and more products come out, and all these things keep piling up in the reprint to oblivion queue. The problem is, as we keep moving forward, I mean, there's going to get to a point where there's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like Pokemon. Everybody wants every single SVO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reprinted, and Pokemon's like, we can't reprint every single set. Like, Pokemon's like 6 months away of going into like a new block. Like, the Scarlet Violet era is going to come to an end. Is it 6 months or is it 9 months? Whatever. It's less than a year. Like, I don't think they're doing Scarlet Violet like 11, 12, 13. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're almost done with the block. What was Sword and Shield? Didn't we make it to 11, right? 11 or 12? Because I know we didn't make it to 13 or 14. Anyways, and Magic is experiencing the same issue. All these play boxes that everyone keeps saying, don't buy, they're all a ripoff. And the market is continuing to just pound everyone in the face, and Chuck Norris is going, and yeah. The issue now is that Final Fantasy play boxes, the thing that's being printed to oblivion, you shouldn't buy. If this thing runs past MSRP to 210, 220, 230, even if we get the reprint, it's going to knock it back down to like 180, 190. So, you have this bizarre tug of war going on, and the fact that, time keeps, it's like the S&P 500. It's like following the Dow or the Qs. These indices, these indexes, they want to push up. The natural flow of an equity, a stock, or an index is to go up in price. which is why long term, betting against the market, real estate, collectibles is a very dangerous thing. Short term, you can definitely time drops and crashes and dips, but long term, it's a very bad approach to bet against, well, human innovation, American greed, and everything it wants to push in that direction. So what does that mean right now? That means, just like Pokemon, Magic is going to continue to struggle with trying to keep play boxes available. I mean, the most common question I've had in the last 48 hours is, Rudy, are you going to add Final Fantasy play boxes to like your cheap monthly list of boxes? And my short answer to all of you waiting for cheap Final Fantasy is no, because it's just, I don't have it. I can't get it. I thought 7,000 play boxes was going to be able to last a couple hours, and then hey, and for the record, I'll say it now that we're later in the video. I'll see you actually watch this video. If you are a patron and you didn't buy the play boxes, again, I kept a reserve of about 200 boxes, and I've got a lot of pending payments. A couple payments failed overnight, so I'm probably going to have almost one pallet of about 12 or 13 pallets of play boxes left over. So again, if you missed out, you can still private message me if you need a play case or 2 play cases. I do have a buffer, because now everybody's like, wait a minute, this is supposed to crash. These are not the limited item. They're so overprinted. Aren't they supposed to be cheap? And once we see the full release date, next Friday, which is like 6-7 days away from this video filming, we should see. I always tell you guys this. Remember, actual release date should have the most market volatility. So from next Friday, that's when the timer starts, from that Friday, official release day, to that date plus 7 to 30 days. So that little 7 to 30 day window, if those of you who are trying to time the dip or anything to do with collector boxes, play boxes, or commander decks, that is going to be your window of opportunity, where every time you refresh eBay or TCG Player, there's going to be random stores online. They're going to have employees listing, a random collector box. Oh, Rudy, I found one listing for one collector box at $650. Well, buy it. It's a good deal. Past that, the overall direction of this market is going to march forward. I don't see anything changing anytime soon. And I guess we would be in a different situation if the Final Fantasy set was just more poorly done. Like, if the Final Fantasy set was more like the Assassin's Creed or Doctor Who, where it was the Universes Beyond set that had flavor and lore and fun and serialized cards, but it didn't have that oomph. It didn't have that hit, that impact, that like Lord of the Rings, Fallout, or this Final Fantasy. When you make a Final Fantasy set and you put this much lore and story and flavor in it, and then you take incredible Japanese artists and do incredible artwork that's almost gorgeous and historical in respect to the game. The artists didn't change their art based on culture stuff and politics in the United States. And so then the market got even happier and people were all about it and buying extra. When these variables go together and all these things start flaring up the prices and demand, and then you factor in the full set gets spoiled, and there's actually a lot of good cards in it. And even the Chocobo, like the traveling Chocobo with all the different neon inks, and of course, the 77 golden thing. All these things, the cards are actually playable and they're pretty fun and uniquely done. When you put in a good, that's what happened to Lord of the Rings. You had the lure, the flavor, the Hildebrand art for the holiday thing. You had serialized cards. You had just stupidly powerful cards. And if you hit every category, the product's going to do well. I can't predict where Final Fantasy is going to be in 30 days, 90 days, or 1 year or 2 years. But I'd be willing to bet pretty heavily that collector boxes are going to be over 1,000. And I'd be willing to bet even heavier that play boxes are not going to collapse. I don't understand who on the internet keeps pushing this narrative of negativity and collapse. The market is the most powerful CCG market I have ever seen in my puny little Florida man life. I don't understand why every PokeTuber, every Magic, every collectible is doom and gloom like the world's ending. There is zero data to reflect the actual negativity in any form of just collapsing markets. People may be frustrated. The only complaint I hear is everybody wants Final Fantasy. Everybody wants new Pokemon. Destined Rivals, Black and White, everybody, even the new Flesh and Blood. Everybody wants the new High Seas. Everybody's, I still have emails. There's probably a wait list of 200-300 patrons asking for High Seas, and I'm like, the sale's done. Yes, they're expensive. Yes, they're more expensive now than I ran the sale 2 weeks ago. This is a bull market. The only anger is that people are just flaring out online trying to be negative because things are expensive. And this is what happens in a free market when things continue to boom. And these companies are producing good products. These releases, these sets, the design, the engineering, the power level, the flavor, the uniqueness. I mean, they're just good products, And I don't share. And everybody, the internet's clickbait, this is it. I mean, again, just for all the people who want to rage on the internet, I promise you, I'll put a negative title in this video. Final Fantasy play boxes collapse. We'll take the thumbnail of the graph going up and we'll flip it upside down so the graph goes down, and I'll put play boxes collapse. I'll put a title on the internet like that just to make the dumbasses and uneducated Timmies out there, make them go, yo, good, that's what Rudy gets. I will put it out there, and like I said, I'll label this video as Final Fantasy play boxes collapse. And like I said, I'll take a screenshot TCG player. I'll flip the graph upside down so it looks like it's going down, and we'll see how many dumbasses just are stupid. But that's what I see, folks. What else we got going on? Oh, I'm filming. We got the family. We got the Jersey Jacks, Willy Wonka over here, with all kinds of stupid upgrades. We got the infamous Gobstoppers, cup holders, upgrades in the field, and everything like that. We've got the Guns N' Roses over here in Paradise City with guitars, actual, guitar head and things on there. Really cool with signatures. We've got one of my all-time favorites over here. We got the Godfather Fancy Schmancy Edition. It's got all kinds of toppers. We got the horse head over here. We got all kinds of gold and, gaudy upgrades and everything. Super cool stuff. Nice, fun, relaxing, take your mind off the real world. I don't know if you guys can see it. That is a Beatles Diamond Edition. There were only 100, I think 100 or 101. I think they only made 100 Diamond Editions of the actual Beatles, and it is super awesome. Plays Beatles music and actually has black and white concerts as you're playing with like spinning records. Super fucking cool. Anyways, so back to the video here. I just want to make this short video today. Sorry everybody for the lack of content. I promise I'll get the videos back up and rolling here. I need a few more days to get caught up. We're chugging away here, and I guess I'm just mostly so impressed by what's going on. I am just blown away by the market conditions. If somebody had asked me, 2 years ago when I called the market bottom for Magic, I said everybody needs to be a balls deep aggressive with modern Magic, collector boxes. The market's bottom, and this is the time to be greedy. I'm proud of myself for getting it right, but man, I had no idea the degree in the rate of change and how intense. I had no clue it was going to be like this, man. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely surreal. And I know, it just, I made the video. Because remember, like 2 months ago, we had the tariff crash, like 45 days ago, where the stock market dropped like 3, 4, 5,000 points on the Dow in a week or something. And everybody was just railing, and I was one of the only morons on the internet making cheesy videos of throwing chairs and tables and telling you all to be greedy and add to your retirement accounts and double down on your S&P and your SPY positions and accumulate and make extra content. This is the time to buy the dip kind of thing when you have a 10, 15, 20% drop from the all-time high, and over something that's kind of, I consider, fabricated, like Trump's tariff and all the drama and everything. Long term, I think it's kind of a goofy thing. I don't know how it unfolds, but that's just my opinion. But I do think that, I remember looking back at that moment, and same thing to calling the market bottom with Magic. I knew it would come back, but man, the one thing I've been getting really wrong over and over is how the velocity of change is lately. Like this year, the rate of change for the collectibles market and how fast we experience like a stock market crash. Like even Bitcoin went from like 105 back to like 75, 80,000, and now it's back to like 105. And it's like, you know, and like the same thing, the S&P 500, the same thing, the collectibles market, everybody started getting negative. And the thing, you know, and I'm proud that I got these instant calls right where things did come back. And I nailed it. I did very well for myself, and I'm glad I was able to make video proof for you guys. But the thing I keep getting wrong is how fast the changes are. I still have a hard time accepting the rate of change is so quick nowadays. That's something that I've been struggling to, like when we see a dip or a downturn or something negative, like I'm like, all right, you know, when the market drops really quick and the S&P kind of tanks, you know, it could be 3 to 6 months for it to come back. And then I'm like, oh, it came back in 15 business days. You know, I've been really off on the speed of things. And I think that's a sign of how just everything in our modern society is so much quicker. And it reminds me of collectibles, you know, because if you think about collectibles, everybody back in the day always says, well, look how many years it took for Magic the Gathering and Dual Lands and Reserve List and Power 9 to go up in value. You can't have new One Piece and new Flesh and Blood and new Pokemon worth so much money. And look how long it took for vintage items to grow. And I always hear that argument with a lot of the public, and even you guys out there, the patrons, you guys send me messages and, Rudy, how can something that took 20 years to go up, but these new things are coming out and they're going up the same amount as 20 years worth of growth in like 20 months? And my answer to all of you is always the same thing: is you can't downplay the connected world of the internet and the impact of social media, the rate of which data and information spreads. This digital age and this digital, you know, we're not in no industrial revolution anymore. We're in like a service revolution, a clicks and social media era. I hate to say it, but it's like some cheesy Netflix movie of like Black Mirror or some sort of social credit score. We're in this bizarre internet world, you know, and because of that, things are going to continue to move, reprice, and adjust faster now than they ever have. And that's something that I think that is tough for an old boomer like me. It's tough for me to understand that that's how things are now. You know, when I see, like, just look at the new Magic stuff. You know, I can't imagine in a year from now when Final Fantasy collector boxes are, God knows, I know they're going to be over 1,000, but we just don't know if they're going to be 1,000, they're going to be 1,200, 15, 18, 2, 3. Nobody knows where, but I know they'll be higher. And I'm sitting here going, can you imagine the game piece army and the anger right now of everybody screeching online to not buy it? Can you imagine in 2 years from now when the prices are even higher? Like, do all these people just get quiet and everyone just says, oh, you know, I'm not buying that. That's a scam. Or do these people acknowledge, wow, I should have bought it, and telling people not to was the wrong thing? Or does it tank and people go back to saying, here's Rudy's pump and dump? You know, what outcome, what multiverse outcome are we going to have? Are we going to have Final Fantasy tank in the next 30 days, and then everybody starts bashing content creators for pumping and dumping, and then we go back to the negative era, which might be positive because that might be a sign the market is finally resetting and we're going back to normal? That may not be a bad thing. Or does the market keep going? Does the market stay the same? Or does the market flare up like crazy going into the end of the year? And, you know, in my opinion, if the S&P 500 keeps going higher and creating and generating that feel of money and wealth that everybody's getting, if Bitcoin goes to 125, 150 by the end of the year, if interest rates get cut because Trump's pressuring the Fed, old J-Pal, you know, cut the damn rates, and they're having their feud, or no, something like that. Maybe, wait, I was told Trump and Elon Musk are like some sort of celebrity death match. Is it I don't know. So, you know, if these market conditions line up and all this stuff happens, I mean, you guys really think Pokemon's going to tank? You guys really think Final Fantasy is going to tank? You think Flesh and Blood's going to tank? You think One Piece is going to tank? You really think later in this year, towards the end of the year, when Sorcery releases their new Gothic set around Halloween, you really think anything's going to tank? Like, I think a lot more of the variables on the card world are connected more so. Watch the macro environment. You can't go by how you feel personally in your local city. You can't go by how I feel. You need to watch the overall market. If the stock market and Bitcoin, everything keeps booming, that doesn't mean your life is going to get better. It doesn't mean the economy is getting better. And it doesn't mean that you're going to feel richer. What it means is the probability that the card world is going to be very bullish and continue to be bullish is going to be more favorable. The odds are more favorable for you. And that's what matters to me. And right now, I mean, anything with Magic the Gathering with the word collector box is like a frenzy. Anything with Pokemon new releases, even the worst set ever, Journey Together at 0. I think someone says when you buy Journey Together now, you're required to throw away a previous box. Like, I heard that's how bad Journey Together is. Was it at? Oh, 210? Oh. Journey Together still 210? I thought it collapsed. Why are people saying it's... I don't understand the internet. I swear people just work together to make negative shit sometimes. So, short video. Thank you all for the kind support. Thank you to the Patreon Army. It's been very, very busy behind the scenes trying to stay on top of all these Final Fantasy sales. If you're watching this on a Saturday, yes, we're on day 5 out of 7, so which is the Final Fantasy English collector boxes are tonight. I will warn you all the same thing after the last 2 months. Remember this. Number 1, I told you the last 3 months you should be trying to contact stores you trust to pre-order these collector boxes from multiple sources. Creepy Rudy will not be able to assist you much. It's going to be limit one little collector box. I'm barely going to take anything. It's almost going to be full market price on this. There's not much I can do. There's just not enough to go around. It is what it is. Shit's going to sell out no matter what. People are going to be angry no matter what. I could tank the price and it could sell out in 10 seconds and then everyone gets pissed at me because there wasn't enough and they missed out, so why am I here? I could leave it expensive and people said there's no discount, why am I here? No matter what path we take, there's going to be unfavorable, pretty much market conditions and people are going to be unhappy. So that's that. Number 2, friendly reminder, everybody out there, remember folks, I haven't said it in the last few videos, I am not Netflix, I am not Amazon Prime. When you buy boxes or you're a Rudy patron, everybody gets one shot. The rumors on the internet are true. When you close your Patreon account, if your account gets banned for delinquency because you haven't made your payments and it's declined and it eventually you get purged off, yes, your account is banned. No, you may not sign back up. And when you do, you get flagged on my spreadsheet and, well, we just don't ship you anything and then we refund your payments and you're blocked again. So again, yes, the internet and Rudy's scumbag behavior of everybody gets one fair and equal chance, that is a fact. That is not fake news. That is true. I do engage in that behavior. Everybody gets one equal and fair chance in this world. No, I do not allow individuals to open and close their account over and over. They want to get cheap play boxes. I mean, I get the messages every day. Rudy, can I just buy a quick case of Outlaws Thunder Junction? You're still charging like $118 shipped, right? So it's like $200 off market. Can I just get a case real quick? People buy a case, they close their account. 3 months later, Rudy, the new Edge of Eternities is coming out. Those are the cheap regular boxes, right? Those are the new ones, right? Rudy, is it true? Tarkir Dragonstorm, you only charge $100 shipped? Yes. There'll be more coming up in 30, 60 days when the reprint lands. They're $5.99 for a whole case. That's it. No additional fees, no hidden nothing. I don't care about your zip code as long as it's a USA address per Wizards of the Coast policy. Past that, just want to remind everybody, it's a very bullish year. This is a historical time period. So keep in mind, everybody, returns and price increases and you making money is going to feel really good right now. You're going to associate 2025, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, One Piece, Flesh and Blood, Weiss, all this stuff is going to feel very good because whenever you're working hard, you get your paycheck, you're taking your paycheck, you're buying collectibles. And then those collectibles go up, which make you feel like you have more money. That is the cycle we are in right now. It is not normal. The rate of increase in the money you may be making, the money you may be feeling right now, this is all abnormal. Enjoy it. It will not last. Hopefully it lasts for a while, but it will not last. Historically, bull markets on a downside, 12 to 18 months. If we're lucky, we'll get 3 to 5 years. The bull market right now, we are around month 19 from the bottom of the market. Okay, so we're a year and a half into this bull market. Hopefully we go 3 to 5 years, which means we have 2 or 3 more years of a bull market. That'd be fantastic. But just understand, everyone feels giddy. Everyone's happy. People are very nice. Nobody's making attack Rudy videos anymore. Nobody's making fun of this. Nobody's bashing this. Nobody's attacking this because the market is bullish. When everybody makes money, you don't see the flare backs and kickbacks of rar, rar, pump and dump. So just remember, folks, this is not normal right now. The negative videos towards content creators, Poketubers, Rudy's, LGS's, Hasbro, Wizards, Pokemon. That kind of negativity is part of the normal market. Right now, we aren't seeing as much of that. This is the abnormal market. When things go back to being hard mode, you'll see more negativity and the market will get back to normal. So remember that right now, folks. How you feel right now is almost synthetic. It's not really organic and it's temporary. I would like this to last for a few more years. My instinct is I don't think we're going to have a 5-year bull market, although that would be really fucking cool. I do think we have a little bit more runway in the bull market. At least, I'm hoping at least a year to 18 months, but it will not last forever. So thanks for watching, everybody. Friendly reminder, when the reprint comes back next month, we got about 30 days so the next reprint hits. I'll have Tarkir Dragon Storm back in stock for you guys for the $99.99 or $100 a box shipped. Same thing, we'll have more of the Bloomborough. Oh, Bloomborough's still in stock, I'm sorry. You guys buying Bloomborough, yeah, I still have that at $118 shipped. No, there's no plans to raise the price. You guys were asking about the post office increasing prices and all these different tariffs. As of right now, I have no plans to raise prices. Bloomborough, Thunder Junction, Karlov, Outlaws, and of course Dustborn. These are all still $118 shipped. And all the new regular, Aether Drift, and of course Tarkir, these are all $100 boxes. So that is still the same. I'll keep everybody in the loop when the next reprints and pallets show up. Hopefully in the next 60 days, we get some more restocks to let you guys buy some larger quantities. That's about it. Next video will be a follow-up on the serialized cards with Final Fantasy. And we'll probably have to have a generic finance talk. We haven't had one of those in a while. Hope you all have a beautiful day. As always, I don't know. Have a beautiful day, everybody. What do we do?
We both follow the same focus.
Please